Hi guys, pardon me, welcome back to our channel Divine Truth Tarot. Welcome back to another reading. I'm going to be delivering a reading for you today, and I want to talk about a few things. As you can see, my throat chakra really always seems to act up during readings, but particularly it's been on fire the last few days. So if you guys are following my community tab on the channel, you'll see that I posted a mini reading there last night, as well as posted this morning a very interesting excerpt talking about dreams that I've had over the past 2 nights involving the divine masculines, as well as throat chakra blockages and what those mean, why these are happening. There's a lot of things that are being coughed up right now and being released, and this is not because of an illness, it's not because of an allergy, this is because we are actually clearing the energy from the throat chakra. And I do believe the divine masculines are preparing to speak their truth, and I am getting the energy it's going to be fast and furious. It's almost like the vision I see is them bumping into each other, really trying to get to their divine feminine. They have a lot of things to say, and I've been picking up on this for a while, but when my masculine came to me last night in dream, I realized that this is actually happening. So there was a dream the previous night of younger masculines that came to me, and I explained that in my community tab, so I won't go into detail here. But then last night I had a dream about my divine masculine, and who I dream about every so often, every few months or so, or every month. And he came to me, and I believe we were in person, or at least on a video chat is what it felt like. And I had told him that I had gotten a starseed origin reading to find out my starseed origins by somebody, and he immediately, with excitement, said, well, I did the same thing. I got the same reading. And I went, what? It blew my mind to think that, is it possible that my own divine masculine, because it's honestly, as a reader, it's easier to imagine other people's divine masculines reading tarot cards or meditating or doing these things. It's a little more challenging to kind of imagine it happening for you. It's just easier to read for others. But I realized that they are in fact waking up, they are meditating, they are becoming very curious about this journey, and they're really waking up to a lot of the seeds you planted and the things you said to them are now blooming and exploding in their minds, and they're wanting answers. So they're seeking knowledge at this time. So that's a definite, very clear message that I was sent by my guides and by my divine masculine's higher self. He is looking into all of this. What does this mean? And he had a very good idea of what our connection was already, even before I did. He was actually the first to really wake up to it, but kind of closed himself off to it, because of his 3D world and 3D situations, and needing to sort of clear some things in order to really be able to come forward and commit to this kind of a connection. And so it really blew me away. And I'm sad, and I was upset because I woke up before I got to hear what his starseed origins were, but clearly I believe that's going to be a conversation that we actually have in person in the very near future. So guys, I'm seeing with throat chakra and Gemini now as our north node placement, Sagittarius south node placement, as a collective, we are starting to speak our truth. Gemini is a sign of the twins. It's also ruled by Mercury, the winged messenger of communication. So communication is incoming and is about to change. And you'll notice your throat chakra. You'll notice I had pain yesterday at the end of the day. So it was like a lump in my throat. It was hard for me to talk. And I felt like I was blocked. And it felt really hard to swallow. And again, coughing things up, and phlegm and things like that, releasing things, getting things out. So notice those things and let me know if you're experiencing them in the comments below. So let's go ahead and get started. One last quick message as I shuffle, guys. If you have messaged me about a reading over the last few days, I am finally getting caught up on my emails, and because it is a holiday here, after this reading I won't be answering any emails until Tuesday, okay? Happy Labor Day from Charlie and I to everyone, and let's get started on your reading. Okay, overall energies. Let's check out the cards. Okay, so we have interesting cards here. So we have transformation, which is the death card. It's the Scorpio energy here, death and rebirth. We are heading into Scorpio season in next month at the end of October, actually, the 23rd. And so we're not that far from the Scorpio transition, right? Sun in Scorpio. Scorpio is a very powerful energy. It's in the 8th house of death, taxes, other people's money. And Scorpio is ruled by both Mars and Pluto. Mars is the god of war, Pluto is the god of the underworld. Okay, so when I see this card come up, I never think, when I see the death card, I never think, oh, this is just something is dying or something is being taken away. I always think of what's being resurrected, what is being reinvented. It's the reinvention of self. So these are overall energies here that I'm pulling to begin the reading. So we have overall energies of the phoenix rising from the ashes of his or her own past. You're rising from any disappointment. You're rising out of the ashes of past cycles, karmic relationships, loops, thoughts that have been detrimental, negative thought, looping patterns, anything that made you anything less than who you authentically truly are. Okay, so definitely transformation coming in. Interesting morality is coming up. Morality has come up for some of my private client readings recently this week as well. I see this as very much, this is interesting because, we have the Queen of Swords here, and we have this energy, sort of like the Ice Queen, is often how I see the Queen of Swords, but she's not necessarily evil or bad. She's just very pensive. There's a lot of thinking going on here. So I feel as though this could represent a karmic influence in your life or your masculine's life, or if you're the masculine, your feminine's life. But this has to do with making the right choices and releasing guilt, okay? Getting too much in your head about a decision. So releasing any guilt associated with making a decision that you know is actually going to benefit you, your happiness, your joy, your well-being, and everyone else's in the long run. This includes your partner. This includes any children involved. Children feel things. And children know when mommy and daddy are not happy and when mommy and daddy would be happier separate. Parents often think that I'm doing the right thing by keeping the children, by staying in this marriage. I'm doing the moral thing, but, taking the higher ground. But you're actually doing them an injustice most of the time because children feel when you're not happy. Children are very connected to source. They're very connected to the light. So the way that I see this happening is not only are you going through a transformation that's taking you closer to source, the masculines are absolutely going through this transformation, and they're coming back to this place of really connecting and being very curious about this journey, about this transformation that they're going through. It's at the point where they can no longer deny that they're going through this transformation. They can no longer say, oh, it's not, wish it away or sort of push it away. No, it's at the point where now they have to really come to terms with, okay, so I am on this journey. I can't escape this journey. I can't stop thinking about my counterpart. I can't just go back to the way life was. I have to push forward and I have to make changes. And if I don't make changes, I'm finding that they're being made for me. Okay? So morality, Queen of Swords, a lot of thinking going on. So we're not seeing necessarily the action in this card, but what's interesting is the source card is a Wands card. It is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, very connected to passion. You can see root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra. Okay, so we have all the lower chakras represented here and really connecting back to your true essence. The solar plexus is the seat of your personal power. Sacral chakra is the seat of your creativity and sensuality and connection to your sexuality. in a sense. And then the root chakra is your connection to your stability and foundation, and feeling like you belong here, feeling grounded, feeling comfortable in the 3D world, feeling like you can provide for yourself. So interesting to have the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. Now, this could easily represent the divine masculine and the karmic partner. So let's actually get a read on that and see what the dream. Okay. What else, Spirit? Queen of Swords, King of Wands. Queen of Swords, King of Wands. Tell me more. Okay, that's... Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, interesting. So interesting here, guys. Look at the story that's being woven. So we have exhaustion and sorrow. These cards have been coming up for the masculines in regards to their 3D situations, okay? So in dealing with the Queen of Swords, okay, and in dealing with the guilt trips that she's pushing on them for the decisions they want to make to finally break free and be happy and be able to really chase after their happiness, because that's what the masculines want to do. Spirit is showing me butterflies right now, and the masculines are the butterflies. And what do butterflies do? They chase happiness. They chase, right? They're always sort of in chasing energy, much like dragonflies, and they chase after what makes them happy, moment to moment, in the present moment, the power of that present moment. So the masculines are very much in that sort of, I don't want to say flighty energy, because it's not flighty energy. They're in the energy of chasing their dreams, and you'll see why in a moment. But there's a lot of sorrow, breaking free from these situations, and they're utterly exhausted. So if you're wondering why your masculine hasn't come forward, guess what? This is why. They're absolutely exhausted. They don't have a lot to give, okay? Yeah, they fought. This is the Nine of Wands. They fought a battle, and they haven't necessarily felt like they've won it yet. They're mentally and physically drained. They have, you can see this man's face. There's nothing left to give. They feel like they've been, this is a robot here. They've been robotic in the way in which they've lived their life, and they're trying to break free from that, but it is causing them a lot of sorrow. Interesting, we have 2 9s here, so we are approaching the ending here. We're approaching the endings to these karmic cycles, very, very close to the endings. This is the 9 of Swords, guys. So 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, they feel like they've been stabbed in the back, and they feel as though, like, this is sort of the energy saying, I can't go on. I don't know how to climb out of this feeling, and I just sort of need to sit with this, and I need to cry, and I need to feel my emotions for, the choices that I've made and the repercussions of the choices that I've made, and look where that's led me. So there's definitely some pain there, guys. But look at what we have on the other side of that. We have the dream and abundance. What do we have in the dream? Okay. First of all, this is the 6 of Cups. This is reminiscent energy. This is reminiscing about the past, childhood memories, as well as, 6 of Cups to me, when I'm doing twin flame reading, signifies remembering your partner, remembering your counterpart, remembering the memories and the times that you shared. So you can see, imagine this is the divine masculine and the divine feminine right now. Really, the longing is really intense right now. The heart chakra pulling and longing is intense. You'll feel it in your solar plexus chakra as well. You're going to feel that connection and that pull. Some people feel the connection to their counterpart through your solar plexus, and other people feel it through their heart chakra. There's no wrong or right way here. You know your connection, and you know what's true for you. So we see this as both counterparts really reaching out sort of into the ethers, reaching out into the vast unknown, in the vast space, reaching for each other. There's a dream. There's a song that I actually sent my masculine during one of our separations last year. And it talks about, the dream. It talks about reaching to you through the great, the great dream, the great unknown. And it resonated very deeply with him. And I've shared it on the channel before. It makes me quite emotional, so I don't think I'll be sharing it today, as I'm in my feelings today. But it's a beautiful song. And then we have abundance. So what we see here very clearly is the masculine is dreaming about and remembering, right? There's a remembrance here, remembering the good times, remembering the love, remembering the remembering the way it felt to have you in his arms. And he's really just sort of, like, I just see, like, he's sitting there pining over this. And during this exhaustion and sorrow that he's feeling, he still remembers you. He still feels you. He maybe can't act on it right now, but the memories are there. The feelings are there. The heart is still open to you. So we have interesting, what do we have here? Abundance. And who do we have here? We have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles, lots of kings and queens in this reading. So you guys are definitely graduating to becoming kings and queens and divine feminines and divine masculines showing up, in your own reading. We have the King of Pentacles has it all in the 3D, but not only the 3D, he also has it all. He's a happy heart. He has friends. He has loved ones near. Yes, he has the comforts of the 3D world, but he also is wise. You can see him sitting on a book there. He's very wise. He's an old soul, and he's able to give to others, and he's able to share. So this is the dream, look at these very different realities coming up, these very different timelines coming up for the divine masculines. What does the divine masculine want or need the feminine to know at this time? What does the divine masculine want or need the feminine to know at this time? What does the divine masculine want or need the feminine to know at this time? Oh boy. Yep. Okay. So look at this. We have past lives and comparison. Okay, so what does that tell us? That tells us quite distinctly that the masculine knows that you've had past lives together. Okay, the masculine, this is the Moon card in the traditional arcana, and typically that signifies illusions, but I'm seeing this as a totally different interpretation in this deck, and I always have. The masculine is recognizing that you have lived past lives together, and that you have found each other and not met each other, but found each other, rediscovered each other, reunited with each other in each of these lifetimes. He's really starting to tap into this energy, guys. He's really tapping into more of his spiritual side. He's taken a hard hit in the 3D. Okay, he's taken a hard hit. His emotions, his physical health has really suffered in this year. But on the other side of that, reaching, for the other side of that in the dream, right? In the dream and the remembrance is, he knows that it's always been you, that you are the one that he has felt his whole entire life. You are the missing piece. You are what makes him feel whole. And we have comparison here. So yes, there is a comparison where he does compare anyone in his life to you, whether it's a partner or a family member, whatever it is. He compares everyone and everything to every experience he has. He compares it to what he's experienced with you, and nothing compares. And what I'm hearing is nothing will ever measure up to you and to the way that you made me feel. So don't worry if you're afraid your masculine has someone else in his life, because nobody and nothing is ever going to be you. And that's the beauty, okay? Nothing can ever change the way your masculine feels about you. He wants you to know that there is fighting. This is coming up in every collective reading for the masculines. He wants you to know that there is fighting in his 3D world. So there's exhaustion, sorrow, and fighting. I don't really think I can say anything more about that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Lots, battles of his mind also. He wants you to know that right now he is surviving. First of all, there's some mirroring going on. This card tried to come out and I put it back in and it flipped out again. So clearly this card needs to be read. So we have, interesting, the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Now this is a very different tarot deck. So Seven of Cups indicating, usually indicates decisions that need to be made, but in this particular deck it talks about projecting something maybe that is unhealed within you onto your counterpart, and there might be some blaming going on. This could also be happening in any and all of your relationships at this time, so just check yourself before you wreck yourself. And moment to moment, okay, this is the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, moment to moment. So what this says is things are changing, things are shifting. And just really being present for every moment. That's what he's trying to do at this time, is really just, he's sort of collecting memories at this time. It's almost as if he wants to take everything with him, so that when he does shut the door on whatever his situation or her situation is, right, you know, in this moment, that is creating the obstacle between you, that he wants to be certain that it's the right decision. So there's a collecting of memories happening. There's some sort of like memorabilia, but this is also just living in the moment and trusting that he's going to make the right decision at the right time. And let's pull from the Starseed Oracle here. Stay. Cards are like, I'll do what I want. Sorry for the glare, guys. The sun wasn't out, and so I'm facing a certain way, and now the sun has decided to come out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. I can't sing it all, and I don't care, because it makes me happy when skies are blue. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Somebody tell me why I'm just channeled the Annie song, please. I think the masculines want us to keep our hopes up, keep our faith up, and our guides as well. My guides are jokesters. They've got jokes for days. So keep the faith, guys. Keep your chin up. Okay, so let us stay. Oh, beautiful. Masculines, divine masculines, all paths lead home. The masculines are on their way home, and many of you are feeling this. Many of you, despite the lack of proof in the 3D, are still feeling this. Inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. Yes, divine masculines, beautiful. They are absolutely doing this. And my beautiful, incredible, amazing, divine masculine, the most beautiful man in the world, to me, he showed me this in my dreams last night. He showed me that he is coming home and that he is on the same page. They are on the same page as us. They have their own detours and obstacles. They're taking their own paths. They're doing things their own way, but they're absolutely coming home to us, and they need us to know that. And it doesn't matter which path they take to us. All of them will lead to us. All of them will lead home to us. So don't be worried if you feel like your masculine has gone askew, or why did they do this? Why are they doing that? Or it doesn't matter how long you've spoken to them. I have, guys, every day I receive emails from people saying I'm in communication, and I'm not going to name her because I haven't. I'm going to keep her anonymous, but she's another reader, and she mentioned recently, I follow her on Instagram, and she mentioned that after 1.5 years of being in no contact with her masculine, that he has appeared back in her life, and she thought the door was slammed shut forever, and he found his way home. So the masculines, you have to trust that they have the guidance, the tools, just like you do, to find their way back to you and to find their way back home. It's really, really beautiful, and a very, very important message here. This wants to have some rose quartz there. Divine feminines, please. Divine feminines. Okay, these clearly are done because they do not want to stay. So we're going to put those over there. Divine feminines, please. We the Hathors, mother healing. Deep love, mother's milk, birth is a portal. Yes, lots of mother healing. Also connecting to Mother Gaia in the sense to where you feel comforted and protected by the earth. So spending time in nature, hugging trees, earthing, grounding yourself, bare feet on the ground, and really understanding that, you know, every time we birth a new creation, or we birth a new part of ourselves, we're walking through a portal of possibilities. We're walking through a door, an entrance to a new chapter, to a new aspect of ourselves, and that we're supported very, very deeply by the deep love from Mother Earth. And if you haven't, or if you didn't, or you don't have a healthy or a good communication or relationship with your own mother, if your own mother has passed, I feel like this is particularly for you to really understand that, to see if you can find a way to heal within any feelings you might have regarding that loss, or regarding that pain, or that lack of whatever it is that you needed to feel comforted as a child. So a lot of inner child feelings coming up here for the feminines, a lot of heart openings and activations in really feeling cracked open for the feminine. So a lot of emotions coming up, divine feminine. Try not to suppress them or repress them, because they will find a way back up, sometimes in the form of dis-ease. So, and they will, trust me, your body will let you know. Trust me. So let's get a card for union, please. I'm sorry. Forgiveness, defenselessness. So putting the armor down. I have a video from about a week ago or sometime last week, divine feminines, you know, put your sword down. Putting the armor down, both of you, ego defenses aside, righting past wrongs, you know, uprooting. So I feel like this is uprooting the past, clearing the air here, right? We see like a smudging, clearing the air. Both of you really acknowledging the divinity in the other, and acknowledging that you are always coming from a place of love, that you never meant to hurt the other person, that you love them very deeply. So forgiveness is coming up as a theme over and over and over again in personal readings and collective readings. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card for the feminines and a card for the masculines from my Keepers of the Light deck. This keeps on coming up over and over and over and over again. Divine masculine, the divine director, becoming the director of his life. Pardon me, releasing fear. Becoming, you know, there's an intervention occurring in his life, but he's actually becoming an active participant in that intervention. He may be the one designing the intervention, okay? And realizing, like, I no longer want to live like this. Finding purpose, seeking clarity, guys. The divine masculines are going to start to ask questions. They want answers, and they're going to come to the divine feminine for those answers, because nobody else in their life can answer that. And nobody else is going to be able to tell them you're not losing your mind. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided, and happiness is your purpose. They are on the path. Okay, they're on the path, the portal to happiness. They're seeking happiness and realizing that they're being guided by a higher force, and that they're also being guided, and their path is being lit by their divine feminine. Divine feminine, please. Card for the divine feminine. Who's with the divine feminine? Who is walking on the path with the divine feminine? Who's that? So this didn't flip out, but she flipped up in backwards in the deck. So we're going to take her. Isis, magic manifesting. She's a twin herself. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused, divine feminine. Yes. So you see how you stay focused. You're drawing your masculine home. All paths lead home. You're drawing him home. As you stay focused and stay in that 9 of Pentacles energy, where, you know, Queen of Pentacles, where you are doing your thing, you're independent, you're rocking it, you're living your life, you're enjoying your life, you're having fun, you're spending time with friends, you are allowing him to step into this beautiful energy of really taking control of his life. And lastly, to wrap up the reading, a union card, please. Ooh, Horus Cosmic Gateway. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Radha, Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Yes, calling those soul fragments home, Divine Masculine. Experience relationship, harmony, and healing. So Soul Flame. So for those of you watching, confirmation, this is your soul flame. This is your twin flame. Calling on Radha to help you bring him or her back home to you. And we have also union energy, Horus Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Yes, so both of you are magnetic at this time, drawing each other in, drawing the truth in, drawing a new reality in, opening up a new timeline. This is really powerful. Horus is represented by an eagle here. So we also have this energy, this eye. I don't know if that's considered the evil eye, but regardless, it is insight to, it's getting that eagle's eye view in perspective. They're telling me to take a look at the book, so let's do that. Horus is the Egyptian, where are you, Horus? Egyptian eagle-headed god and sun twin flame of the goddess Isis. He is known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us move into the cosmos with our mind, meditations, and prayers so that we can harness, the natural magic that surrounds us. He was known for ritual magic in the past, and now he helps create pockets of energy in the world where we can access light, wisdom, and insight. So yes, lots of answers to questions. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets, drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. Beautiful. You have a real opportunity to further that connection now by sending prayers and intentions out into the cosmos. So now would be the time to set those intentions, guys, to harness that energy and to believe. Sending you all so much love, light, and abundance on your journey. Here's to physical union in this lifetime for all of us. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you.